Today, I thought to share the relation between mathematics and Buddhism. I promise you, I will make you wonder at the end of the video. Okay, let's move on to the video. Point. We can define point as a location representation that does not have any length, width, shape or size. It only has a position. If I ask you to draw a point, you will indicate a position of a point by placing a dot with a pencil. This dot may have a diameter of say 0.2 millimeters, but a point has no size. That means we cannot see the point. No matter how far you zoomed in, it would still have no dimensions. So we say point is in the zeroth dimensional space. Okay, next, line. We can define the line as a straight connected of infinite number of points. It extends infinitely in both directions. I mentioned you what is a line. Simply say a collection of points, if not a collection of zero dimensions. Line is in the one-dimensional space. That means we need only one coordinate axis to describe the line, but a point has no any length, width, shape, or size. If I ask you, if there is no point, then where's a collection of points? A collection of points means a line. If there is no point, there is no line. Good. Next, move on to the plane. Simply, a plane is a collection of lines. If not, a collection of one-dimensional spaces. As an example, square is a plane. We call it as a plane diagram. It has x, y coordinate axes. Since we need two coordinate axes to describe this plane, it is in the two-dimensional space. If not, we say 2D. As we stated at the first step, if there is no point, there is no line. As the second step, I ask you, if there is no line, with a collection of lines. A collection of lines means a plane. If there is no line, there is no plane. Let me go onwards. Surface. Surface is a collection of planes. As an example, cube. Cube is a collection of 6 squares. Since we need 3 coordinate axes to describe a cube, we say it is in the three-dimensional space. If not, you know 3D. Okay, then I direct for my question. At the second step, I told you if there is no line, there is no plane. At the third step, I ask you if there is no plane, where's a collection of planes? A collection of planes means a surface. So you can understand now if there is no plane, there is no surface. Let's take a summary. Since a point has no any length, width, shape or size, it's just a position, we cannot see a point. So, if there is no point, there's no a collection of points. That means there's no a line. If there is no line, we evaluate there's no a collection of lines. That means there's no a plane. If there's no plane, we convinced now there's no a collection of planes. That means there's no surfaces. We started from the point. Point is the zeroth dimensional space. Here we end at the three-dimensional space. Now you can understand the point is the foundation of three-dimensional space too. So if there is no point, where's a three-dimensional space? Question mark. Let's move on. Point is the zeroth dimensional space. Line is the one-dimensional space, and also plane is the two-dimensional space, and surface is the three-dimensional space. We are 3D beings. Clearly, we live in the 3D world. As we are 3D beings, if we need to get an idea on three-dimensional space, we must have the knowledge on two-dimensional space. Here you can see a cube, and if I ask you to draw this cube on a paper, you will draw this in this way. You can see it from the figure. So that means we take the projection of cube to the paper. If not, you take the projection of three-dimensional space to the two-dimensional space to take the idea of the three-dimensional space. Do you understand what I am going to convince you? If you need to understand three-dimensional space, you must have the knowledge on two-dimensional space. If I ask you, if you need to get an idea on four-dimensional space, you must have the knowledge on three-dimensional space because we have to use projections of four-dimensional space onto three-dimensional space. Then only we can take the. Since we are 3D beings, we can only imagine what is the fourth-dimensional space. You know the three coordinates x, y, and z. The fourth coordinate is the time. As an example, to get an idea on four-dimensional space, if I asked you to stop the changing of three coordinates, that means you must fix to a position. You can stop the changings of three coordinates, but you cannot stop getting older. That's the point. You cannot stop the time axis. Time is passing. You are getting older and older. Although you fixed three coordinates, you can't fix the time coordinate. So that is the fourth coordinate of the four-dimensional space. If you ever heard there's only 1D, 2D and 3D, you must change your hypothesis because there are n dimensions. As an example for four-dimensional space, we can take black holes. You may wonder if you are in a black hole. You may see your past and future at once. Yes, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable things are in the world. I defined the world is a collection of unbelievable misty. Okay, then at the beginning of every step, I convinced you there's a something, but finally I evaluate you, there's no anything. Isn't this the Dhamma sermon preached by the Lord Buddha? Yes, it is. Impermanence, sorrow or suffering or unsatisfactoriness, non-self or that no changing, anicca, dukkha, anatta. They allow one to see the true nature of the reality, and if one does not see things as they really are, this causes them to suffer. This is the wonder of mathematics through Buddhism. Think from your mind for the questions in your mind. If you think this is a good explanation on the relation between mathematics and Buddhism, please comment me, like me, and if you didn't subscribe me yet, please subscribe me. Thank you.